Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today is of course Monday, and that means another Max Monday event on Pokemon Go. We've actually got a brand new Dynamax being released today, one that hasn't yet seen its release in the game, and that is Hatenna. So Dynamax Hatenna is going to be on max power spots at 6 PM until 7 PM, and we can actually see a couple early ones. So we got one up there, I believe, near that 5-star raid, which is going to hatch in 45 minutes or so. We should have a Dynamax Hatenna up there, and I know that just because of checking Campfire beforehand. So we're going to head up to that one and see if we can do that one early. So a brand new Dynamax, and we've also got a brand new event. Of course, the Phantom Ruins event started on Saturday, and that saw the first iteration, or should I say the release, of Gigantamax Inteleon. Now, Gigantamax Inteleon isn't as good as the other two Gigantamaxes. Obviously, we've had Rillaboom and Cinderace now, and then we had Inteleon this weekend, which coincided with GoFest Paris. And Inteleon overall well, it's still one of the best water types in terms of Gigantamax, but it doesn't outclass Kingler. Kingler is very much on a par with it, and in terms of TDO, that's total damage output, Kingler actually outperforms Inteleon. So my choice out of the two would still be to use Gigantamax Kingler instead of Gigantamax Inteleon, at least at this stage anyway. Hey Darkrai Lover, how are you? Thanks so much for jumping on. So we are going to put a luck egg on as well in just a moment, as we've also got 2 times catch XP, and that is an event bonus due to the current event, the Phantom Ruins event, as we've just been saying about, and we get 2 times catch XP bonus throughout the whole event. So that's until Wednesday, so hopefully you can make the most of that. There we go, making some excellent throws. Hey Kelly, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Another excellent throw. Snorlaxes are always so annoying to catch when they're in the wild. I'll say that, and it caught first ball, well, second, should I say. What game is it? It's Pokemon Go. After 9 years, we're still playing Pokemon Go. It's remarkable, really, that it's lasted like the name. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's remarkable, really, that Pokemon Go has been 9 years now in the making. CR7 Goat, sorry, but I don't know what your message says there. I'm sorry about that. How are you? Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Kelly. How are you doing today? It's been absolutely boiling here in the UK today. Yeah, I'm sorry, CR7 Goat. It's not translating properly, so it is being blocked for some reason. Whatever you're trying to message through. Yeah, it's so hot in the UK. It's ridiculous. There's no breeze or anything. It's completely just really humid. It's definitely making sleeping at night time an absolute nightmare. Hey Vincent, how are you? Have I found any Lilligant by any chance? So we always get Eco coming in and asking for Lilligant. I think Eco likes Lilligant. I don't know what it is. I just have a hunch that Lilligant perhaps is Eco's favourite Pokemon. Don't know what gives that away. I haven't found any for a while though. I have still got a Hundo in my storage, I might. Vincent says he's good. That's good. All right, just checking. I'll definitely report back to you. If I find a Lilligant in the wild, I will call it Eco. I will nickname it Eco. And then the next time you jump on a stream, I can just put Eco and I can let you know how many Lilligants I've found with since you've last asked. Doesn't notify when you're going live, brother. Does he not? That might be something to do with your subscription settings, I'm guessing. Hey Lillian, Yasmin, how are you? Eco's happy, but I'm going to tell him whenever we get a Lilligant. Yeah, unfortunately CR7, it just keeps blocking your message, I don't know why. Hey Dan's loving the new look. Hey up Aston, didn't see you there in the chat. Thanks so much for dropping in. I put the bell on and everything. That's weird. Is anyone else getting notifications coming through while I'm going live, or? I suppose that's another reason why I try and constantly go live at the same time, is so you know when I'm going to be going live roughly. I'm getting ones now. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I got the notification. Brilliant. Yeah, so hopefully it will start working for you. Maybe just toggle the notification bell off and on again and see if that works for future. Maybe try that. So we're just going to catch these around here. Try and hit as many excellents as possible because we have got that lucky egg going. And then we will do this Hatenna beforehand. And then when we jump in the lobby of this, I'll get up to date with the comments as well. So let's jump in this. So this will be the first Hatenna that I've done. And the best Pokemon is actually the recommended Pokemon for this. It's Gengar, but it's a 1-star, so Hatenna Dynamax should be very, very easy to take down. Yes, I can have a notification. I'm always trying to be here so I can be mod for you, brother. Awesome, Vincent. Also, Denzel finally hit 500 million XP. Well done, Aston. Well done. That is a huge, huge milestone. If you're anything like me, I purposely marked hitting 500 million XP by powering up a Gengar, a Dynamax Gengar, by max moving it. And that's what took me over 500 million XP. I always want it to be Gengar related. So I always try and, if a Mega Gengar is on Mega Raids, then I'll definitely do one of those. But unfortunately it wasn't when I hit 500 million XP. So therefore I just powered up a Gengar. I spent ages trying to find a one in a while, but I couldn't find one. Hey Lily and Yasmin, how are you doing today? Thanks so much for joining. So that was a very, very easy Dynamax. We won't place any on the power spot, but let's have a quick look and see what we get. And of course it can't be shiny, but 461. Now I don't know what a good one of these is. Should have perhaps checked that beforehand, but 461. We'll see what this is. And then of course this is actually an early one, so Max Monday hasn't actually started yet. Max Monday starts at 6 PM, which is in 2 minutes time. And when that does start, this will refresh a new one. So 461 is terrible. It's a 2-star. It's 11, 13, 10. It's absolutely terrible. And we're definitely going to be hoping for better than that during the hour. But while we just wait for that to refresh in just over a minute's time, we can just finish off catching these spawns around here, trying to hit as many excellent throws as we can. And even though the sun's in my eyes, I can still manage to do a couple of excellent throws, which is good. Tiny Joltik, that might be a bit harder to do an excellent throw on. And it didn't stay in the ball. Thought we had it then. No. There we go. Excellent throw. And we caught it. Golly is just sat under the gym, waiting for us. Another excellent throw. So the thing I like about this event already, the Phantom Ruins, of course, it's 3 days into the event now. It started on Saturday. But normally when we do the 2x Catch XP events, it normally tends to be with Pokemon spawning in the wild that are really difficult to excellent throw. Whereas these Pokemon that are currently spawning are actually quite decent to do an excellent throw on. Marill, of course, Commentator's Curse. So I'm actually liking this event with a 2x Catch XP. Shiny Phantom off a research task. Let's go. Look how cool Shiny Phantom looks. That is an absolutely cool shiny. So it has orange little leaves on its head as well. Let's go, Shiny Phantom. Not bad, not bad. 13, 15, 11. So that is not a bad Phantom. We did get a Hundo Phantom the other day, and it's 481. That is a Hundo CP from a research task. 481. 452, no shiny. And the last one, Gothafita, and it's 391. I don't think that's a Hundo. I think 402, something like that, is a Hundo. Very similar to Pikachu, I believe, on the Hundo CP for Gothafita. And there we go. That one's now turned back into a Hatenna after the Max Monday started. So we managed to get one shiny so far. Of course, Hatenna can't be shiny with it being a Dynamax, and obviously Hatenna shiny not being released in the game so far. So no Dynamax Hatenna shiny available today. But with the Phantom Ruins event that started on Saturday and goes on until Wednesday, we have got quite a few shiny boosted Pokemon, and that one that we just had, Phantom, is one of those that is shiny boosted during this event to 1 in 128, whereas normally it's full odds, which is 1 in 512. So it's around about a quarter of the odds. And then the Gothafita that we also encountered off a research task, that is also boosted. So it's a really, really good time to try and get those two shiny. And the research tasks that you can encounter them on are generally quite easy. There's Catch 10 Pokemon, and there's other ones like Catch a Phantom as well. And they're relatively really easy research tasks. So you can actually get a decent IV shiny really, really easily during this event if you get the research task and with a bit of luck with the 128 odds. So hopefully you can get one of those during this event. Now, that is a lot better CP on Hatenna. We had 461 on the first one. This one, 477. That is a lot better. So let's see what this one is. I've got it in my head that the Hundo was around 480 something. So this one might not be too bad. Yeah, not bad, not bad. 14, 12, 13. So still room for improvement, but a decent 3-star. Not too bad at all. Now, Hatenna, of course, brand new into the Dynamax entry today. And it is only a level 1, so it only costs 250 max particles. 481. That is. Was it any good? 481? Just out of curiosity. I already got more than enough Hatenna candies going to wait for a G-Max Hatenna. Yeah, fair enough. I forgot that he had a G-Max form. Let's go. Congrats. That was sick. I think gift out, brother. Brilliant. Yeah, cheers. Thanks so much for that, Vincent. I will be sure to open your gift after this. So let's just catch these around here while we've got this luck egg on and make the most out of it. So 481 from Darkrai Lover in the chat was 481 was 15, 11, 14. So I'm going to guess the Hundo might be towards 490 then, if not into the 490s. Maybe 491, something like that. That might be a Hundo. Dynamax Hatenna might be a strongest psychic type Maxmon. That's a very fair point, to be honest, because I don't think there's many. We were only having this discussion this weekend, in fact, with my community, when we were on about somebody had asked what's a good psychic G-Max. And I said to him, I don't think one's actually come out at this moment in time, nor have we seen a G-Max poison type, for example. So I don't think there's many. There's only 27 G-Maxes, so there's not going to be many in each category when you split them down. The most familiar ones are going to be fire, water and grass, I would suspect. But in terms of the odd typings, like electric, psychic, poison, I don't think we're going to see too many. So things like Hatenna could really fit into that bill of being one of the best. It's going to be interesting when it does get released. Now, of course, we've had the Max Generation 8 starter Pokemon now. All of them have come out with until this most recent one, this last weekend. What are your thoughts of what is going to be the next G-Max released? What do people think is going to be the next G-Max released in the game? I think it's going to be something that we've just had released Dynamax. Potentially Hatenna, or potentially something else that we've had Dynamax that's been recently released that has a G-Max form. Because that tends to be what we do. We release the Dynamax versions first, and then we get a G-Max equivalent. What do you reckon is going to be the G-Max Pokemon that next gets released on the game? Let me know in the comments. So there is another Dynamax Hatenna here that we can sneak in on. To try and hit as many excellent throws as we can. And we'll ready straight up into this. G-Max Hatenna might be the strongest. We don't have Sork in the States. No, I think you have Throw in the States, if I'm right. We don't get Throw over here, but we do get Sork. I too think it's going to be Hatenna as the next G-Max. It very much well could be. I can't remember what other G-Maxes we've had recently that have a... Sorry, what other Dynamaxes we've had recently that have a G-Max form. Can't quite remember. I'll have to double check. Got to go. Okay, Darkrai Lover, no worries. Thanks so much for joining. I'll hopefully see you very soon. Orbital, yeah, that is a good shout. I do remember seeing that on that teaser trailer, actually. I wonder if we'll get normal Orbital before we get Gigantamax, so... Or maybe it gets released at a similar sort of time, I don't know. 474 on the Hatenna. Not managing to do excellent throws on these. Seems to be quite delicate where you have to throw it. You don't have to do too much of a strong throw to try and get an excellent. The hype vanished immediately after a few days. So we have got, I think, a little bit of a walk to our next one. So we are going to do our daily adventure incense, and we're probably going to use Roar of Time as well, just to extend that incense and to extend that lucky egg, and we get a little bit of best of both worlds. But first, let's just catch this Fermantis before we do that, and then let's jump on to Roar of Time. And to save a little bit of time, I've just called one of my Dialga Roar of Time, and saves it a little bit easier to search. And we'll extend it for another half an hour at least. We might extend it more than that. Gothophyta. Moral. I don't think I've seen too many of them in this event. Rhyhorn, I've seen quite a lot of that. Any raids? Now there is a couple of raids about. There's a 1-star raid there, but it's a 3-star raid there, but it's a Lantern, evolved form of Chinchou. And there's a 3-star shadow raid where I am now, and that's a Lapras. So that's a lot more appealing, but I'll probably save the raid passes for if we see a Kyogre. That is going to be the one that makes me do a raid today, I believe. Could definitely do with a better Kyogre. Shiny one, that is. I don't think I've actually got a Hundo Kyogre, even normal or shiny. I haven't got a Hundo Kyogre. Same with Groudon. I missed out on that Hundo as well, which was quite annoying. But they'll come back around, hopefully in the primal forms next time, where we can get that energy for them. Another excellent throw. Still hitting these excellent throws pretty well. And not to forget that we are completing research tasks at the same time here with these Catch 10 Pokemon. Really easy to complete. Rufflet as well, being on those research tasks. Let's spin that one and see what we get. They keep coming back every few months. Yeah, they definitely seem to be rotating around the legendaries quite often now. There was a period where we don't get certain ones for around about a year or two. So like Rayquaza, we always seem to hold off on, and then we build up the hype for it when it comes back round. Stuff like that, Mewtwo as well. They always seem to not have it in raids for a couple of years, or around about 18 months, let's say, and then they'll build up the hype for it. So Rayquaza and Mewtwo are very much like that. All the others tend to just re-roll round. I mean, can't imagine how many times we've had Tapus over the last 2 years. Quite a few, I would imagine. Excellent from a Phantom. And it was a Catch 10 Pokemon we picked up there. Just catching up on the comments now. How many XP are you immediately after? How many XP are you on since last time? I don't know how much was I on last time when you last tuned in. I can't remember now. But I'm nearly 800 million XP. Hopefully hit 800 million XP by the end of this week, maybe. We'll have to see. All depends with Jangamo Comday, I suppose. Would be nice to hit 800 on Jangamo Comday. That would be amazing. Jangamo Comday being this Saturday as well, if you don't know. Very, very much looking forward to that. Even I can't remember. Let's have a quick look and see what we're on. So we're on 792.2. So basically, we need around about 8 million, 7.8 million to hit before Jangamo Comday, or on Jangamo Comday. So 7.8 million in around about 5 days. Maybe possible. Maybe possible. We'll have to see. I need to have a look into what the bonus is during Comday as well. we always get an additional bonus. I don't know whether it's XP for Jangamo or whether it's something else. Probably hatch bonus or something like that. So that is another catch 10 Pokemon completed. Phantom. Ooh, Key. Yes, we will do that. Because that may be a Ghastly. I'm definitely hoping for Mega Mewtwo about at the 10th anniversary next year. That is a good shout. I did wonder when Mega Mewtwo would come out, and I assumed it would come out for a Go Fest, like for a global Go Fest. With it having 2 forms, I would assume that like on a Saturday it will be Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y on the Sunday, potentially something like that. But that is a very, very good shout with it being the 10th anniversary next year. That is a huge shout. So yeah, I can imagine that. Hey Tiago Silva, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Dan, would it be okay if we had each other on social media? Yeah, sure. I've put my TikTok up as well. So if you want to go add me on TikTok, you can do. I recently did a YouTube short where I showed everybody I'm now on TikTok. If you haven't already seen, make sure to go check it out. It's just literally Danzo Biggins on TikTok, so you won't be able to miss it if you type that in. It's possible 2 times catch XP till Wednesday, so pop those lucky eggs while catching. Yeah, exactly. That's why we've got them going today. Normally, I sit there at night time and I'll pop a lucky egg and I'll just be evolving and can normally do about 300 evolves until my fingers start hurt. So yeah, and then that's normally around about 1.2 million XP with a lucky egg, something like that. Because you go around about 2,000 for each one with a lucky egg. And then obviously you've got some friendship bonuses and stuff like that. When you pop the lucky egg, you always check that you've got them. So normally I get around about just over 1 million XP for evolutions. That's probably every other day, something like that. So yeah, we can hopefully build that up with the 2 times XP, like you say, at the moment. I'm too lazy to evolve. The animation takes too long. Yeah, it does. It does. It really does. It would be so good if it was like a skip or a quick way that you can go through the animation. You'd be able to do so many more. Let's just delete those. And then we'll do a bit more of a clear. Nice catches. Thanks, Charmeleon. Thanks so much for joining as well. So we've got a couple of tasks. We're going to get rid of that one. Want one of the event tasks, if anything. So if anybody's tuning in for the very first time, then thank you very much. Please hit that like button by double tapping on your screen if you're on phone. And if you're watching on computer, make sure to hit that little thumbs up button. And also make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss when we go live, which we always go live on a Monday for Max Monday. This time, every Monday we go live for Max Monday. And then tomorrow, exactly the same time, we go live for Spotlight Hour. Chimecha is a lovely wild spawn. Gives 1,000 Stardust per catch, and that's if it's not weather boosted. If it's weather boosted, around about 1,250. It's a very, very nice amount of Stardust. So we've done all the collection challenges of this event. We don't go live for Raid Hour. Unfortunately, I don't go live for Raid Hour just because I'm community ambassador. So I have to go to my local community group and I host the event. And doing a live stream while I'm hosting people and making sure people are in raids and stuff like that, it would be a nightmare. So maybe in the future, but at the moment, while I'm hosting events like that, then it is just a case of Max Monday and Spotlight Hour that I can live stream for you at the moment. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we can get a co-ambassador in the group, but nobody seems to be willing to do it. So at the moment it's just me running the group, which does get quite hectic from time to time, but we manage it. I'm down. Right, we'll get rid of all these. Vincent just wants to get involved in any which way he can. Love his commitment. Sableye! Sableye is such a cool Pokemon. It's definitely like in my top 10 favourite Pokemon, Sableye. I'm all about the community. That's good to know. But yeah, Sableye is such a cool Pokemon. Its shiny is just absolutely incredible. But yeah, it's just so cool. And its Mega Shiny is just light years ahead of any other Mega Shiny, I think. Other than Gengar. I think Gengar might outdo it. The fact that Gengar has such a poor shiny when it's normal Gengar, when it goes to Mega and Gigantamax, it gets such a cool shiny. I don't know why they made such a mess up of the normal shiny, but we did definitely rectify it with the Gigantamax and the Mega, with it all going white. It is absolutely so cool. Remember you were going to show me how to do my setup. What setup was that? Was that a YouTube setup? I have loads of people asking me for setups. I always forget what people have asked me what now. So yeah, forgive me for that. But yeah, I'll definitely help you if you want, if you need help with anything. I'll try and help you as much as I can. 461, that is terrible. I think that's the same CP as we had first, if I'm correct. Somebody might remember that. Too much going on. Yeah, it was a few months back when we... I remember somebody asking me or saying to me in the chat about me categories on YouTube and me liked how I've got it set up. Was that you? I remember somebody asking me that and asking me if I can help them do their YouTube similar. Was that you, Vincent? I thought it was just one of those people who asked me something and then I never saw her again. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ah, it's not shiny. So cool though. It is such a cool spawn. We're never going to catch this, are we? It's weather boosted, it's 2196. Never in a million years, and a shit throw. Pardon my language. That is just... Nice run. God damn it. Oh, that is rubbish. Oh well, we hadn't seen one for around about 5 months. 5 weeks. And now we got to see one. Unfortunately, it was a shiny. I would be pretty annoyed if it was, to be fair, because it's the one we've already got. Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, so it's the one that we've already got shiny, and we had one traded to us as well. So we've actually got it twice shiny now. So I would have definitely liked one of the other ones. So I'm glad it didn't sparkle for that reason. But still, to have a shiny one, we could have perhaps used that for trade fodder to get one of the other ones. If somebody had got 2 Moltres or 2 Zapdoses, for example, we could have used it as a bit of leverage. But still, it didn't stay in the ball. I'm okay with that. At least we've seen one. It's been a while since we've seen one. So I'm happy that we've finally seen one again. It is so annoying when you finally get to see one though and then you do a terrible throw. It's so annoying. I know I hit it, but yeah, I could have done so much better than that. Just forever kicking yourself until you next see one. I mean, the chance of it staying in, even with an excellent throw at CP, would have been pretty slim. No worries, you'll get more spawns. Yeah, hopefully so. Yeah, it was months back when we first met. Because I wanted to start streaming Pokemon while I'm just sitting on my ass at work. That's fair play. That's fair play. Yeah, I can try and help you. That's by no means I can try and help you. Right, so Citoddle in the wild. That has such a cool shiny. We did manage to get the family of Citoddle, I believe. The event where it got released shiny, it was boosted in raids and not boosted in the wild, if you can remember months ago. And we actually managed to get one on the raid, and then we managed to get one off our daily adventure incense. So that was full odds. So that was crazy. And I was very, very happy with that. But I don't think anyone were brilliant, so I wouldn't mind lucky trading one, light for light with somebody, because Sea Titan is actually a really, really good ice type. Doesn't get anywhere close to the likes of Kyogre, for example, by any means, but still, if you wanted to try and do a unique 6 raid, it would definitely be in the top 6. Oh, Gothafita just jumped at the wrong time there. That's annoying. These Arching are becoming a pain to catch with them being such a high CP. Right, we have gems that we can collect. You can collect 1,600 more today. We have loads more to collect. We've only just used what we had yesterday, or at least got under the threshold at least. So we have 1,600 more we can collect today. That's pretty cool. I don't think we're going to find that many Hatenna though. That's the problem. I think it'll be the case that we can't find enough to do, other than we won't have enough particles to do them. But we'll do as many as we can. Don't play games, Duskull. Oh, you now move back. And you've now moved back. Wait. I'm going to throw a ball, Duskull. And you're going to move. There we go. That was a trick. Tell it you were going to throw a ball, it would move and then throw it. That was definitely a trick. Pokemon listen to you. You just look weird telling a Pokemon on your phone screen to move when others don't know what you're playing. Hey bro, you're the best when it comes to this. You need more views. Oh, that's nice. Thanks very much, Vincent. I'm hopefully that we're still building at the moment. We've still got a long way to go, but we are slowly building up a reliable community that keep on coming back every time I go live, which is really, really good. I'm liking going live and seeing the familiar faces and people in the comments. So yeah, it's good. Right, let's give our Dynamax Gengar that we've currently got out. This is a Gengar, in fact, that got us to 500 million XP. We powered up one of its max moves, went over the 500 million XP mark, and therefore we have nicknamed this 500 million XP. You can see here on my buddy screen, Danzo Biggins and 500 million XP. And it's amazing to think that we haven't even best buddied that yet. And we're nearly at 800 million. That just goes to show how much we've climbed up the XP this year. We started here on 541.5 million. So 541.5 million is what had equated in over 8 years of playing the game. In just over a year, or in just under a year, that Kyogre passed. Raspberry for you, buddy. Yeah. I always put golden raspberries on me, buddy. Hi, CR7 Goat. I can actually see your comments now. What time is it on till? TB said hi. Hey, TB. This is on till 7 PM. The live stream will go in after that, but the Max Monday is on till 7 o'clock. So yeah, another half an hour of Max Monday, where you'll see. What the hell is that? There is a feraligator on an egg. The egg's now gone. But yeah, there was a feraligator on egg. I thought a feraligator laid an egg then. Weird glitches sometimes on this game. But yeah, 7 o'clock tonight is when the Max Monday event finishes. We'll be live for a little bit more after that. I'll race you to 1 billion now. What XP are you on, Aston? Have you just gone over 500 mil, haven't you? Bro, can I get you on my friends list? Yeah, I'll put my trainer code up in a second. If anybody wishes to add me, then you can add me by adding that trainer code there. Make sure to do so. And while I'm doing that, I'll just sort out the comments on my other phone, because we're not seemingly getting comments through on my other phone at the moment. So just bear with me. The camera might be down here somewhere. But yeah, just bear with me for a second. Right, live chat. Yeah, we've got comments back. Awesome. I've got another phone that's on me wrist here, so we're using that for the comments. Nice elbow, yeah. See, that's what everybody actually came for the stream for, to see my elbow. Just giving the fans what they want. That's what I'm here for. You're on 502 million XP. I will definitely race you to 1 billion. When are you hoping to hit 1 billion by? When are you targeting that? Have you got a specific date in your head that you're targeting to hit 1 billion by? Yeah, I've just put my... Vincent says he's put his code in. I've just accepted that, Vincent, so hopefully that's going to come up in the comments soon. Accept friend request. Soon. In Saudi Arabia, it's 8:34 in the morning or the afternoon. I would assume in the morning. What is the time difference? 8:30. Oh, right, so you're only 2 hours ahead. That's not too bad now. PM, yeah, that's not too bad. Only 2 hours ahead. Olive Garden has just added me. They're across the pond. I'll at least try to get to 900 million by the end of the year. Don't know whether it's possible or not. That is a crazy target. Do you know how much that is? That is ridiculous. When I did the math at the start of the year, from 541.5 million that I started on, to hit 1 billion by the end of the year, I'd have to average 1.25 million every single day. So for you to get anywhere near 1 billion or 900 million by the end of the year, you must be averaging like 2.5 million every day. If you can average 2.5 million every day, I mean, that's just good on you. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, that is some going. You'd have to be averaging around about 80 million a month to get anywhere near that. What time is it? It's 6:35 p.m. here. Obviously Max Monday goes on till 7, so we've got 25 minutes left of Max Monday. We're just heading to another Hatenna now. See you later, CR7 Goat. Thanks so much for joining. Catch a phantom task. Done. Easy task. Got for Fita. Easy, excellent throw. Vincent's showing his code again. I'll accept that. I only have Facebook and Snapchat, brother. What does throwing a Pokeball and leaving the screen do? It's a quick catch. So the Sonic fan, it's quick catching. So you literally don't have to wait for the ball to rock, is what it does. So normally when you catch a Pokemon, you hit it with a throw like that. You wait for the ball to bounce down. It rocks 3 times. You catch it, and it takes ages. And by the time I've done that and clicked OK and clicked tick, you could have caught a lot more things. So in quick catching is dragging the berries or the Pokeballs, the bottom 2 at the bottom of the screen there. You can see here as I'm dragging the berries up. When I drag the berries up and hold where they are with my left hand, with my right hand, I'll do a curveball throw and hopefully hit the Pokemon. Not a very good example. But hit the Pokemon, the berries pop up, click the screen and run. Now if you don't do that, if you don't hold the berries, the run button won't appear. So if you don't hold the berries like this, and you do a normal throw, you see how the run button doesn't appear? So it just isn't there. It doesn't give you the option to run. You've got to wait for the animation to go through. And it's really annoying. Especially on the likes of Spotlight Hour, community days, there's loads of spawns. You want to try and get through them as much as you can. Sometimes you end up resulting to just shiny checking, but then you end up in a scenario where you don't know which ones you've checked because they're still all there. Quick catching just clears them out of the way really quickly to do, and you can earn loads of XP as well by catching all the Pokemon that you see around you, especially on an event like today where you've got 2 times catch XP as well. So yeah, really useful tool, quick catching. I think there's a video up on my YouTube channel. I think there's a tips section on my YouTube channel where there's an explanation on how to do quick catching. I think there is. If there's not, I'll put one up. But yeah, check it out. If you can't find it, let me know and I will make a video for it so that people are aware how to do it. Right, so we'll jump in on this one and see if we can get better than the ones that we've had so far. Just let me know what you want to add, brother. Yeah, we'll do, Vincent. I did above 3 million today. The 2 times catch XP bonus is doing good with lucky eggs. Yes, the events, when the events are on, like today, and you can get out and make the most of it, then you can definitely thrash out the XP. And the Go Tour event, for example, that weekend, I did 9 million XP on the Saturday and 12 million XP on the Sunday. Over a weekend, I did 21 million just in 2 days, which was ridiculous. I've never managed to get anywhere near that since. So when the spawns are there, when you can hit the excellent throws, and when the XP bonuses are there, you can really, really mount up that XP. Other than that, it is so difficult to try and get, if you're not big into wasting loads of raid passes and doing loads of raids just for the sakes of it, especially if you want to do any remote raids, get up towards 1.5 million XP every day is a really real challenge some days. So yeah, it all depends on the event, and making the most of the event with the XP bonuses like this event. If you can, make the most of it, go out there and get the XP, even if it means catching loads of Rhyhorns. You know, it's not overly useful Pokemon. I mean, Rhyperior is pretty cool. It's pretty useful as a rock type, but there's some Pokemon that are spawning at the moment which aren't overly useful, but it's worth just getting them for the XP. Like this, Pour Me. Again, not overly useful, but still, get it for the XP. I was so hoping for a 4 times catch XP event. Yeah, I was. What is the bonus for Comday, for Jangamo Comday? Does anyone know? Sometimes they have we do have a community day bonus. I'm wondering if it's something to do with lucky eggs or, sorry, with hatching eggs, or whether it's something to do with something else. We sometimes have catch XP bonus on Comdays, or Stardust bonus as well. They sometimes have. So we'll jump into this next Hatenna. I thought there was only 1 down here, but it was actually 2, which is good. I sent you a gift, brother. Yes, Vincent. Yeah, so yeah, you can only interact once a day. And you can tell, I was telling somebody at a weekend actually, who's played the game for a couple of years, and we didn't know that the little blue halo on your friend list tells you if you've interacted with that person today or not. I think we might have crashed out here. 3 times catch XP, that is awesome. Let's go, Jangamo. Yeah, we've crashed. Let's just restart that game. The Hatenna's crashed. Crash me game. Bad Hatenna. Yeah, gonna grind it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and do as much as I can. I will be hosting that event in my community, so I'll try and go as quickly as I can without leaving too much of the community behind. Normally we go off and do our own thing. It's just the initial meetup where we meet up for a little bit. But yeah, after that, I can hopefully start grinding it. Plus, it's such a cool shiny. I so want a decent shiny of Jangamo. Of course, Jangamo has a pattern as well, because every June, it always is a dragon community day, and it always tends to be the dragon that got released the previous Go Fest. So that's what happened with Gibble. Gibble got released on Go Fest. The following June, it had a community day. Dino did the same. Then we had, obviously, Jangamo has done the same. Gumi did the same. Gumi obviously had a community day last year. We had it in Go Fest the year before. And then obviously this year, Go Fest Dragon is Friggybacks. So June community day next year will be Friggybacks. And I'm so hyped for that. That is going to be a really cool community day. June next year will be Friggybacks. And it all depends on what move you give it. Because if you give it a dragon type move, it probably won't alter the meta much. It'll probably give it more play in PvP, but probably won't alter the meta much. The best move that Friggybacks can get is a ice type move. So like Avalanche, or, well, it already learns Avalanche, but another ice type move that does propel it into the ice type attackers. That would be the best thing for Friggybacks, because it's already up there as one of the best ice types in the game. it just needs a little bit more to get anywhere near the likes of obviously Kyogre, which has been released recently. So it needs a little bit more oomph now in my ice types. So I'm hoping that we do something different and don't give it a dragon type move next year. But we'll wait and see. This is our highest Hatenna that we've seen tonight, 481 and 15, 11, 14. It was the same CP as I think what Vinzin said he got in the chat. I think it was either Vinzin or Aston. So it's the same CP, and it's not a bad one. 481, 15, 11, 14, the best one we've had tonight by far. And I'm quite happy with that one. It's got attack, so we'll take that. Hey, Mrs. Black, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Let's just heal our Pokemon. And we have 5 minutes on our lucky egg, so let's do a bit more of a roar of time and extend that. And we'll also extend that daily adventure incense as well. Let's extend that for another 24. It's Frigibacks next year, yes. And Dreepy the next year after, yes, very well. Very could well be. I would suspect that Dreepy would be the next dragon to be released. If you go by generations, I would hazard a guess that Dreepy would be the next one in line. We'd know for defo when you start seeing next year's Go Fest graphics and you see a Dreepy on the graphic. If that's the case, you know the shiny is going to be released during Go Fest, then you know the next year it's going to be in the June Community Day. It's a pattern which is followed ever since the game first came out, ever since they started doing Community Days. The first one was Dragonite Community Day, obviously Dratini. So ever since that, we have had a lot of dragons in June. It always seems to be the case whenever I come to this quarry. This is a little nature reserve I'm currently in, and we always tend to end up with a little friend following us. I'm guessing he's someone's pet. He hasn't got a collar, but he's such a cool cat. Been coming down here for now 4 or 5 years and been seeing him. Are you on Discord, Danzo? Yes, I am. I am on Discord. I haven't got my own Discord channel, server like, but I've got my own Discord. Yeah. Can't fuss you too much. I'm trying to catch XP. You're holding me up. It's a YouTube cat. He is such a cool cat though. I mean, look at him. He's such cool. Just the colouring of him is awesome. Right, I'm going to go. I've got Pokemon to catch. You can come with me. Yeah, he's just leading away now. Cat's like, stroke me! Yeah. Forget the Pokemon. Stroke me instead. Can I join? I haven't got a server, unfortunately. I've got a community server, which I operate, but obviously that's just for locals, unfortunately. Else I'll just get bombarded with people who aren't even local. But yeah, maybe when the YouTube gets a bit bigger, we can start thinking about setting up our own Discord server, where we can sort of all interact even when I'm not live. That'd be quite a cool thing. That would actually be quite a cool idea. Cat's like, I'm the real Alf. Yeah. Forget Persian. Pick me. Seven different species of Pokemon, and it's Phantom and a terrible one. Could do with 481 Phantom instead of 481 Hatenna. 481 being a hundo for Phantom. The bottle caps graphic is out. I would take Persian because of the dust. Fair play. You know when you're addicted to collecting dust and XP when you're saying stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. Yes, so Aston mentioned it before, the bottle cap graphic. So if you tuned in to the Twitch stream yesterday for the Pokemon International Championships, they mentioned the bottle cap and they gave a lot more details for the first time, probably officially, than what we've heard from Pokemon Go themselves for the bottle cap. So really, really interesting news. I'm going to be doing a YouTube video on it over the next day or so, explaining what they actually said in the video and how I've broken it down into its key elements. But it's going to be very, very exciting. One thing I did pick up on, and there'll be other points that I go over in the video that I'm going to be doing in the next day or so. But one of the points that I did pick up on is that when we were discussing, there was a few commentators basically discussing the bottle cap being released, and one of them basically said it will work like in the main series, where she was basically explaining that in the main series games you can go to a training center or where you can hyper train your buddy Pokemon, and when you get that buddy Pokemon to level 50, you can then hyper train it by using a bottle cap and increase each stat, HP, attack and defense by 1. So you can basically make a 93 into a 100 if you wanted to in Pokemon Go terms. So I took from that you may have to have your Pokemon as your buddy Pokemon, and also it may have to be level 50. So you have got 365 days to do the hyper training, but you may have to already have your Pokemon to level 50 before you are allowed to hyper train it. So just be careful with your choices. We'll get more confirmation on that. That was the only bit where she mentioned it was in the main series, but never really mentioned that might be the case in Pokemon Go. She just sort of hinted at it. So it may be a case where you have to have a level 50 Pokemon before you can then hyper train it. So just bear that in mind. Any Pokemon you've got lined up where you're thinking, I want to use a bottle cap on that, it may have to be level 50. We don't know for definite yet, so perhaps don't spend loads of dust and everything powering it up just yet. Wait until it gets released, but for the time being, make sure the Pokemon you are going to choose for your bottle cap has perhaps got enough Candy XL and stuff ready to level 50 just before you actually have to level 50 it. But yeah, that's going to be interesting to see what actually comes out in the next couple of weeks surrounding that. And in fact, we'll know sooner rather than later, because it's probably going to be this next couple of days where we'll get more official confirmation on how the bottle cap will work. I can't wait to visit the UK. When are you visiting, Vincent? Have you got a date in mind when you're visiting? Germany is first on the list. Boo! No, that's fair play. I've never been to Germany, to be fair. Showcase. What is this showcase? Your biggest Gothophyta. Go on, then. Hey, rank 1. Want to know the list? Go on. What is your list of places that you want to visit? Your wish list. Should just be able to get to Hatenna up here. 4 minutes left on it. Should have plenty of time, in fact. Let's just catch these spawns before we go too far. Sydney, Japan, New York. Yeah, they're solid choices, I'd love to go to Japan. Tokyo and Japan, I'd love to go to. And then, yeah, definitely somewhere in America. Hey, CR7 Goat. Thanks so much for coming back. So it appears, from my workings out, catch a phantom task gives you a Gothophyta, and catch a Gothophyta task gives you a phantom. So it gives you the opposite to what you're catching. Them two being the shiny boosted spawns during this event as well. No, we don't want to upgrade storage. Thank you very much. Let's just clear out what we've got so far. Did you see what I put? No said hi. Hi, no. Yeah, 2 seconds, Vin's in. Let me just jump in this and I'll catch up on the comments. There we go. Right. Love to play in Sydney, Japan and New York. Yes, I'd agree with that, Aston. Germany, Netherlands, Scotland, England, Wales and Ireland. In that order, I'm guessing. You could definitely do that being in one go, you know, go from place to place, because really the distance between them isn't far away, really. It won't be long to get from the Netherlands to the UK, and then you could do it in that order. I'm guessing that's what your thinking was. How is No today? So, probably the last Hatenna of the Max Monday. Doubt we're going to get to any more. 481 is the highest that we've had so far tonight. Can we get any better than 481? No. Simple answer, no. 458. That is absolutely shocking. That is terrible. That is the worst one we've had tonight by quite a bit. 10, 11, 13. So it gets worse. For anybody wanting to know, it definitely gets worse. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse for us, but it definitely gets worse. No has put his trainer code in twice. It's been held for review. So unfortunately, No. YouTube doesn't like numbers, so it always comes up held for review. And basically what I just ask people to do is just get involved in the comments first, and I can accept it, I can make it so it appears, but yeah, I don't want everybody just coming in and dropping the trainer code and then leaving again. Make sure to get involved in the comments first, and then after that I don't mind you dropping your trainer code. That's fine. So we have got another Hatenna here, in fact. So we can do a late one. And what has these gone into? So we've got a Grookey. Be part of the community. Yes. I don't mind people putting the trading code in by any means. It's just that I don't want people using this as just a way to get easy friends. By just literally coming on, chucking the training code out and then leaving again. That's not what I want for a channel. I want people to interact with. So yeah. Please make sure to get involved in the comments. Not asking a lot. Gotta go, Danzo. See you. Have a good one. Thanks very much, Aston. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. Hugely appreciate everybody who gets involved in the comments. So thanks very much for tonight, Aston. And we thought we did our last Hatenna, and we've managed to sneak another one in. So let's see if we can get any better than 481 or any worse than 458. Surely we can't get worse than 458. So Dynamax Hatenna, our potential last one of the night. We've said that once already, but it's probably going to be our last one of the night now. And 463, so not far off where we started the evening. I think we started the evening on 461, and this one is 463, so not far off. Probably only going to be a 2-star, unfortunately. And it looks like it wants 2 balls to catch as well. So Facebook or Snapchat, bro. I haven't really got Snapchat, mate, so potentially Facebook. Ooh, 7 keg. 793. 10, 14, 14 on the CP. Not very good at all, but we'll keep it for evolution. Let's chuck another 5k again. Yeah, if you want to, Vins, I will message you on a comment later or something like that, and I'll get it through that way. Or if you're on Campfire, I might be able to message you on Campfire, to be fair. Might be easier to do it that way. If I've got you in game, I should be able to message you on Campfire. Might be a bit easier to do it that way. Sounds Facebook, yeah. Awesome, I'll message you on Campfire afterwards. So Campfire is, if you download Campfire, it's just another Niantic app which you can message people who you are friends on Pokemon Go with. It's just really easy to use. And it also tells you what raids are about near you and stuff like that. It gives you a map view where you can see, you can check out what you can't see in the game and on the nearby. Really, really useful. Download it, give it a go. Set that up, and hopefully I'll be able to message you on that. yeah, if you Google campfire, you should have no problem setting it up. So Hatenna hasn't quite finished with us yet, still spawning on the daily, just in case we missed it. So that is a Dynamax Bulbasaur there. Now there's a Kyogre raid there. I may head towards that and do that Kyogre raid. If anybody in the chat wants to do it with me, make sure to let me know in the comments. But there is a Kyogre raid. So does anybody want Kyogre? CL7 is back. Hi CL7. I don't have him. Right, okay Vincent. Get your remote ready. We'll start heading in that direction now. So for anybody just joining, CR7 might have missed it, but we are going to start walking over to do a Kyogre raid. So if anybody wants a Kyogre raid, let me know in the comments. I will add you if I've not already got you, and then I'll send you an invite as soon as we jump in. I made a campfire, Sins in 420. Awesome. Yeah, so because we're friends on Pokemon Go, I should be able to find you dead easy on campfire after the stream. And I will message you on there. That's no problem. Right, so being that we have got a luck egg on, one thing I haven't yet done is open gifts from people that we are leveling up with. No problem, Vincent. So yeah, we'll check our gifts in a moment and see if we're leveling up with anybody and interact with that while we've got our luck egg on. So let's have a quick look while the spawns have died down a little bit. One person wants to be friend, Olive Garden, I'll accept that. And let's open Dorwix's gift. And we'll send him one back. And we'll also send Olive Garden a gift as well. Nice little shiny glaring bird there I just saw. Very nice. Right, so let's go down to the trigger point of friendship level 3, and I believe we've got at least one here. Let's just check them. 2 more days for them, so it must be down here. Another 2 more days. There we go, 1 day trigger gift today, so we'll open that. So we've got an Ultra there, and we'll just check with best friends. I don't think we've got anybody we're going best friends with today, but I'll just double check just in case. Let's scroll down. And a couple that we are 1 day away from, and I've sent them a gift so we can open it any time, but nobody that we have the gift from. So a little bit disappointing. Open mine, Vincent said. Okay, I'll open Vincent's. We just had the 150 XP open, and then we have now crashed. So let's just restart that. How many Shundos do you have? I have 12 so far. Hopefully 13 by the time we get the bottle cap. But yeah, I think we have 12 so far. I'll show you in a minute anyway. I do find that lucky trinket notification really annoying. It is so annoying. You have 20 days to use your lucky trinket. I know. Stop telling me. So yeah, let's just open up Vincent's gift. And we'll also jump into this Dynamax. So let's do this Dynamax Bulbasaur first. And then we'll open Vincent's gift. I'm chilling watching the extended version of Lord of the Rings. Awesome. So Dynamax Cinderace, easy win against Dynamax Bulbasaur. No shiny and 594, so I don't think that's very good really. We'll check with that, but I think it's 620 something, I think, for Bulbasaur. 623 rings a bell. Could be wrong, 632 maybe. It's something like that. It's 3 and 2 anyway. Which orientation, I don't know. So yeah, I can't see this one being overly good. And there we have it. $4,000, yeah, 4,000 XP, but hey, 11, 10, 10. So one of the lowest Bulbasaurs you can have in the game. Ridiculous. Right, Vincent wanted me to open his gift. I will open Vincent's gift now. Let's open that gift. And let's go ahead and do some of these catches. And then let's just start evolving a couple of things while we just head across to this Kyogre. So obviously Wurmpoole's one of those weird ones where it can evolve into two different things, but you don't actually know what it's going to evolve into. Nothing sort of attack wise, so a bit like, ooh, Articuno, Articuno, Articuno. Terrible. We have another Articuno spawn. That's two. That's two this hour. Why can't I see any of the other birds? Why is it only Articuno? We're never going to catch this. It's weather boosted still. I think it's weather boosted. It isn't weather boosted. And it's 27:58. There's no way we are going to catch this. There is no way. Give me an easier Pokemon to catch. No chance. No chance on this earth are we going to catch that. Ridiculous. Well, thanks for that, Pokemon Go. At least we've seen two today. I was happy that we managed to see one, and that was over 2000 CP, but it was weather boosted. This one wasn't weather boosted and was 2700. Huge difference. Benzin saved my gift, awesome. Right, let's catch the Drillbit, and then Benzin, get ready because I'm about to send an invite to Kyogre. Does anybody else in the comments want a Kyogre invite before I send them out? Or does nobody really want it? Let me know in the comments quickly before I jump in. If not, I will just spam everybody I can see online on my friendship. Right, Vincent, get ready. We are jumping in. Vincent has been invited. The cow across there keeps on going on. Lovely thing about being in the countryside. Cows just keep making noise while you're trying to live stream Pokemon. So we could really do with a few people joining this, if at all possible. Bob Clark is in. Brilliant. Always reliable, Bobbers. Four more friends I can invite. Let's send these out. I think that cow's trying to say something to me. Something about a Hundo Kyogre, I think. I think that's what I was getting. Hundo Kyogre on this raid or something like that. It was definitely saying something along those lines. That's my cow translation. It was definitely saying something like that. Right, so four of us should take us down pretty okay. Shouldn't be too bad with four of us. So Zekrom first for me. I've literally just gone with recommended. I haven't changed into my team. I completely forgot to do that, to be fair. I think I've set a team up for Kyogre now. It has been about for a couple of days. And it will get a raid hour this week. This week on Wednesday, it will get a raid hour 6 o'clock till 7 o'clock, your local time. And after raid hour, I think it disappears from raids on Thursday. So we may only have Kyogre till Thursday. I'll definitely confirm that. Ready for the live stream tomorrow, the Spotlight Hour live stream. But I believe it's only around till Thursday. And then next week, it may actually be around until the weekend, in fact, Kyogre, because next week we get a different raid hour every single day featuring the Reggies. So we get Reggie Rock, Reggie Steel, Reggie Ice, Reggie Drago, Reggie Alecki. And that leads us up to the Go Fest weekend. So that is all building up to that. The Go Fest weekend, which is a week after this weekend, the 28th and 29th of June, is the Go Fest Global weekend. Of course, this weekend, on the 21st of June, on Saturday, is Jangamo Com Day, which is going to be very, very cool. And then Sunday, we get a little bit of a rest, because if anybody else is a community member or a community host, ambassador, whichever you are, you may very well know by now that the last few weeks have been very, very tiring. Both Saturday and Sunday we've had to host events for a number of weeks now without a day off, which does get very, very annoying. But hopefully on this Sunday we get a day off, ready for a raid hour every single day next week. So unfortunately, with there being raid hours every single day next week, I won't be able to do any live streams in the evening. So there won't be any Max Monday live stream, and there won't be any Spotlight Hour live stream next week. But maybe I can do some videos while we're out doing those raid hours, and then I can post them later on when I get back. So that might be a bit of a compromise for that. So I do apologise in advance for that, but hopefully we can find a workaround. So nearly about finished now, to be fair. So 2295 CP, not brilliant CP. Hundo is the same as Groudon, 2351. So 2295 is not a very good CP at all, unfortunately. Probably only a 2-star if we can catch it. Hopefully Vincent's got better. Maybe even a shiny one. Shiny Kyogre, as with shiny Groudon, does look so cool. It goes to pink, bright fluorescent pink. Looks absolutely incredible. And then especially if you primal evolve it, it goes all black, which is absolutely awesome. So we managed to catch it. Let's see how good this is. Kyogre, 2295. And as we suspected, a 2-star. So not very good, unfortunately, with Kyogre. Vincent will hopefully get involved in the comments down below in a minute and let me know how he's managed to get on with that. Got a 2-star. Yeah, we all pretty much got a 2-star then by the looks of it. Yeah, both me and you got a 2-star, which wasn't brilliant. And none of us got shiny, I'm guessing. So Not very good at all. But we have 8 more minutes left on our daily adventure incense. Unfortunately, our luck egg has now run out, so that has finished. And when our daily adventure incense runs out, that is when we will finish the live stream as well. So let's just have a quick look and see our Hatennas. Now, our Dynamax's Hatennas are obviously all obtained today. Dynamax Hatenna only got released today. And as you can see, out of all those that we managed to do, 8 in total, 481 was our best Dynamax Hatenna, and that one was very similar to the one that Vincent had, that he mentioned in the comments before. I believe it was Vincent, or it could have been Aston. We had a 15, 11, 14, so not a bad stat one really, but it has got that attack, and it does look pretty cool as a Dynamax. I'm hoping that Hatenna actually looks pretty more cool as well when we evolve it, so we'll definitely keep an eye out for that, but we'll probably see if we can get a better one before we do evolve it. Like it was mentioned before in the comments, it has got a Gigantamax form, so we won't go crazy at it. We won't go trying to spend many particle packs on Hatenna, because its Gigantamax form will no doubt come out and just make it pretty much non-viable. So we'll just stick to the 3 particles where Hatenna is concerned, and we'll save those particle packs for the ones that we want shiny, or the ones that don't Gigantamax, so the likes of Belden, for example, and Drawby. So far on the live stream, we had a shiny very early on. We had that shiny Phantom. So let's just go there to that shiny Phantom. Very cool shiny. 4, 6, 7, 13, 15, 11 on the stats. Very cool shiny Phantom. And yesterday, if you missed out on seeing it on the YouTube, make sure to go check it out. The YouTube short that I posted. We did manage to get this shiny Articuno with a background, and it's on rank 100. It's a free reward off the Go Pass, and rank 100 gave you Articuno, had a 1 in 20 shiny chance, and ours was shiny, and it has that amazing background. Look at that background, that delightful day's background. Shiny Articuno with that background just looks absolutely incredible. So very happy with that. And let's just have a quick look as well today if we've managed to get any 4 stars, any hundos while we've been out and about. And it looks like we have a Hundo Phantom 253 CP, and it was caught, when was that? Was that yesterday? 16th? No, today. So we have managed to get a Hundo Phantom today, which is pretty surprising and very cool. We managed to get 2 now in the last couple of days. This one being off a field research task, 481, a couple of days ago. And 2 days later, we get a wild Hundo Phantom, which is absolutely awesome. Very happy about that. So we got a shiny Phantom on the live stream, we got a Hundo Phantom on the live stream, and we didn't do too bad with Hatenna, so that's pretty cool. And we also managed to see 2 Galarian Articunos, both of which was over 2000 CP, and that made it very difficult to catch. So unfortunately both of them did run away. Let me just get back to the comments. Let me just see if I've missed any comments. Don't think I've missed any comments so far. Let's just go back. I think we're all up to date with the comments. So yeah, if you have enjoyed the live stream tonight, make sure to please like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, and turn that notification bell on. Thanks again, that's fine. That's absolutely fine, Vincent. More than happy to help you with Kyogre when I can. But yeah, make sure to like the video, like we've mentioned before, dead easy to do on mobile. Just double tap that screen. And if you're watching on your TV or laptop or computer, just hit the little thumbs up button, like the video, subscribe to the channel as well, turn on that notification bell and you won't miss when we go live next. Nice little Dynamax off eat daily. So we've only got 2 more minutes left on the daily adventure incense, and when we'll finish the live stream as well. But a reminder to tune in tomorrow, 5:45 UK time, British summer time, 5:45 PM. We will be live for the Spotlight Hour. I believe the Spotlight Hour this week is Solosis, which is going to be pretty cool. Don't know how many shiny Solosis we've got, whether we need it shiny. No, we've got a couple of shiny Solosis. Don't think we've got any decent ones. Let's have a quick look prior to the Spotlight Hour tomorrow. So there's a 0-star there, there's another 0-star shiny, and another 0-star shiny. So we haven't had one good enough to evolve, hence we haven't evolved one. So hopefully we can get a decent shiny Solosis tomorrow, but that will be full odds, 1 in 512. So make sure to tune in for that and cheer me on as we try and get a shiny Solosis in the wild during Spotlight Hour. I think it fixed the bell. Awesome. Hopefully so, Vincent. You'll know tomorrow when we go live again. And halfway through this stream, we was on 792.2, and we've gone up 700,000 XP since then. Nearly 793 million XP now. 793 million. That is some going. Still on course at the moment to hit our 1 billion target by the end of the year. That'll be some achievement, that will. Maybe if we pick up our pace a little bit, and this is just a thought that I've only just had this second, if we pick up our pace a little bit, we might be able to hit 1 billion before Halloween, or during Halloween. And what normally spawns at Halloween? Gengar. Could you imagine if we did a Mega Gengar raid or a Gigantamax Gengar for even, if we brought that back around at Halloween? I can see that happening. So imagine if we did a Gigantamax Gengar and that is the one that set us over 1 billion XP. That would be absolutely incredible if that is the case. So yeah, maybe have to pick up the pace a little bit to try and get Gigantamax Gengar or 1 billion XP before Gigantamax Gengar returns. I can definitely see it coming around Halloween time. So yeah, keep an eye on that. We'll definitely be ploughing through these events and trying to get as much XP as we can over the next few months. And hopefully we're somewhere near come Halloween time. But we will have to push a bit harder for it. But again, thanks very much to everybody who's tuned in to the live stream today. We're all going to be finishing now. So thanks for everybody who's got involved in the comments. Thanks to everybody who's liked the video and subscribed to the channel. If you're new to the channel, thanks very much for tuning in. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for Solosis Spotlight Hour, 5:45 PM British summertime. Hopefully I'll see you there. Bye for now.